Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
AKA. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
Welcome back, you guys. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Moni.
I'm loving the natural.
Thank you.
I'm loving
the flowiness. We're
Thank
both
you.
very fun. I love it. Like, do you remember Jose Bear? He used to be on Oprah, like in the 80s.
He would
used
do
to have
hair?
a line of extensions called Perfect Hair. Anyway, his catchphrase was, shake your hair, darling. Shake your hair.
It. I know, we both
like
have
every time it feels good.
It does. You look amazing as always.
Thank you. I feel amazing. Remember the last time we recorded how I felt?
Yeah, you call me Boney. It was weird.
And you made fun of my snot rag.
I did. I like laughing at you. It's fun. You bring me so much joy, friend.
So now that I have some energy to put some effort in, I was like, let me just, go for it.
Well, you look great.
Thank
so
you.
I'm excited to be here with you.
Let's get this out of the way. How about that?
Oh yeah, a little snacky poo, y'all. We were, we had a little popcorn, a little
We're
treat.
hungry.
Listen, we're, just trying to keep our energy up or whatever. But you guys, so we're back for another fun and fantastic episode, and it's a fake ass episode today.
It is. We deserved it.
We
no one had
did.
time to read. Did you have time to read anything this week?
I mean, I probably could have had something playing in the car, but it was a rough week, and so I'm really grateful for this sort of blank spot. Where it's like,
Free
what? We can
space.
free space. We can just kind of free park in it this week and just talk about what we want to. So this week is going to be largely us catching up and talking about just some current events type stuff. So hopefully,
And we're going to talk about Jada.
current events.
Yeah.
that
get
we're
our take on
classified.
it. And finally defining. I'm sorry. I don't know
She's getting excited.
I'm already
It's
ready to go.
okay.
We're ready to go.
It's
Just wait,
okay.
though, because we got stuff to do.
It's okay. So we are going to get into all the things, you guys. But before we do, let's dedicate this episode as we always do. So hands over your hearts. You guys, thank you so much to all of our patrons and loyal listeners and followers. We truly appreciate you. You guys are making our journey in this podcasting space so much fun. So thank you. Also, I wanted to dedicate this week's episode to my Gigi. We kind of talked about her a little bit in the Patreon stuff. She's just iconic at this point. My Gigi's 88 years old and she's still sharp and beautiful and smart and, full
Funny.
of spice, honey. Okay. And so she's giving all the things that we need. So shout out to her, man. I really love and appreciate the fact that I still have like my grandma alive and well. She's my last living grandparent. So just feeling a lot of gratitude to still be sharing memories with her. And yeah, she's a lot of fun. So what about you?
Big yes, and for that one, I was going to dedicate this episode to fab friend Jodi, who just did her Color Purple debut.
It was Squeak.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw the photos online and everything. I haven't seen the performance yet, but I know she was amazing because she's amazing. So this one's for you, girl.
I know.
Now, who this woman?
Yes, I love it so much.
It's Jodi.
It's Jodi. We love you, JoJo. All right, so dedication over?
Dedication over. Listen, we're keeping this one short and sweet, guys.
It kind of is, you guys.
And also a dedication to Thousand Words Galleries for letting us record here today.
It's so beautiful,
It's
don't you agree?
so cute.
Super
Yes.
cute. We love it. Thank you so much, Chris. We
Love
appreciate
art.
you. We do. So let's get into it this week. So our fake ass episode, you guys, it was so funny because I was asking Kat, I'm like, so we're going to have to read either Jada's book or Kerry Washington's book. All the girls have memoirs. Who else has a memoir? Doesn't Britney Spears have one?
I believe she
It
has
just
one
ca-
coming out, yes.
I'm just saying, like, all the girls are spilling the tea. And so
It's about to be holiday book buying season is what it is.
100%.
And
So I was just what are we gonna do, friend? Which book are we gonna read? And she instantly was like, well, Carrie's. I'm not really interested in reading Jada's book like that. I'm gonna have to be fake for that. And I'm like, well, I feel like that could make a really great episode because people love to listen to you hate stuff, like the contrast. So I did do a little bit of an internet poll online. And so far, I have been getting Kerry Washington's book, which is called Thicker Than Water. But honestly, I feel like we should do both at some point. Duh. We got all the books to read.
if
so.
I could get it, if we can get it from the library, because I definitely don't want to pay for it.
Okay.
And also, because this is also, because I wanted to tell you about this. So Monday, I was going back and forth with the gentleman over at Now That's Debatable. Shout out to Sydney and Dion.
What a shocker that you were going back and forth with Sydney.
Well, it is called Now That's Debatable.
That's what you're there for.
We're the
That's how it's used.
master debaters.
Yes,
so
he goes hard too.
That's
so
what we're there for. So, and he shouted us out, so thank you for that.
Thank you,
I think
Sydney.
because I wasn't on there, I'm in like in the chat section, so
Okay.
I'm not really
Trolling.
able to, not trolling, never trolling.
Okay.
Just there to inform.
Commenting, absolutely. Engaging.
And quips.
Okay.
Lots of
I like
quips.
it.
They
Okay.
laughed at a lot of it and very
Okay.
funny.
All right.
And
You are
so
funny.
I think where our communication broke down was on the definition of misogyny. Because I think they have a different working definition of it than I do, just from the way that the conversation was going. Because if I was hearing them correctly, they think misogyny is when men are being mean to women. And that's not the definition of misogyny, because they're trying to basically make it sound like only men can, or at least what we're saying is like only men can demonstrate misogyny, where it's, no, it's systematic. Lots of women uphold a lot of the tent poles of misogyny. So it's never that. My whole point with Jada, the whole thing
tell
is,
us why you were like kind of reluctant, because I was just like, I mean, this is a hot topic. It's always, I mean, everybody's talking about it. So like, why
She's a
wouldn't we get in
polarizing
on
figure.
it? 100%.
For
So,
sure.
yeah.
For me, I feel like the hate towards her is disproportionate. Considering, it's not like I want to co-sign for what she did, but one of the hosts had made the parallel like she's as bad as Trump. And I was like, Trump literally got like found guilty of craping someone. That was the other thing too. He kept pronouncing it as creep. I was saying crepe, but when he was reading my comments.
Okay.
But it was, yeah, he was like, I don't think she's assaulted anyone. I think her behavior could be described as tacky and in poor taste. But that's not enough for me to hate her.
So wait, let's go back though.
Okay.
So why do you feel like Jada is such a polarizing figure to begin with? Like why?
I think because
Why?
she's doing what a lot of men have done historically, which is publicly humiliate their partner. You know, and I don't think it's cool when either sex does it, but it just seems to me a lot of times when men do that, people don't hate them for it.
Well, no, a lot of times what I've noticed, especially like if we're going back to like political figures or whatever, like I remember like growing up, Bill and Hillary Clinton went through a very public like Monica Lewinsky thing. That is my first name. Like I remember getting a lot of those bad jokes thrown in my direction, you know, because it was a terrible time to be a Monica when that was going on. But it was, you know, it was
That's
a
why
little
we call
rough.
her Moni now.
It's a little, yeah, we had to shorten it because I got tired of that. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of the shits. But, you know, people really do expect women a lot of the time in the face of like being cheated on and everything else to like literally stand up with their husbands and
Have a whole baby on them.
have a whole baby on them, have a whole side life and whatever, and you're supposed to get up in front of people while you're being recorded and go on, I love and support
I'ma
my
stand
husband, I'm
beside
gonna
him.
stand by her, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole
With
shit.
your bonnet on.
Yeah, like I do think that is a bit of a double standard when it comes to the way that, you know, men feel, but it's almost like when it happens to
Not
them.
just men though. Because I feel like women are jumping on the bandwagon too of being
Right.
like,
Well, this
she's
is why
shitty.
misogyny
Yeah.
is, like you're saying, like that's why it is on both sides, because a lot of the time we just hold women to a whole different standard.
Yeah.
You know, it's
We're just
so
gonna judge her harsher
Yes.
because she should have just known better. She's got this good man who's taking
How
care of
dare
her.
you.
But it's like it's the same thing when you have a good woman at home. Like, why would you do her like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then come to find out too, she's talking about they haven't been together for 6 years. I'm not saying I was shocked, but I'm like, why are y'all? Okay, so it's so irritating, and it's like, damn it, you're making it so hard. Like, because at a certain point, it's
Really?
like, I just don't want to join my voice to the chorus of like, get her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily want to attack her, but I also don't want to co-sign this behavior because I think a lot of what she does is, I mean, first and foremost, she slept with him while he was still married. Like, that's not a great choice. You know what I mean? Like, generally, You shouldn't sleep with someone.
The girls be out here sleeping with people's husbands, and the guys be allowed. Like, I mean, like, that's the whole thing. I think it's, you know, it is in poor taste. It's not ideal.
And right after she just had the baby too.
Yeah,
like
that's
his wife,
usually
his
what
first.
happens.
Yeah, that is. It's a vulnerable time. I don't think people are told enough. Like, hey, this is a really tough time. You're actually gonna hate his guts a little bit. So because her mama, I do like Jada's mama. Okay. I wish she was the famous one. Like, I'd like to hear from her more often. At this
point, she kind of is.
And
Gammy's out here.
She's
70. She looks
just amazing. She's living right. And because she told her she didn't like that whole thing. Actually, you know who I blame? Tisha Campbell. This is all her fault.
Wait a minute. What?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not Tisha.
Yeah, it was Tisha Campbell. Well, it was in his book. Remember he was talking about
they introduced
she was the one.
Them or something?
She thought they would be a better couple than him and his first wife.
I mean, here's my thing. I mean, even though you're writing this book, I mean, for one, everybody's book is from their perspective, so it's, you don't remember every single thing that happens, and so I don't know. Like, I don't like taking that and saying like, oh, okay, well, so now so Tisha Campbell, it's her fault exclusively. Yes. No, it's their fucking fault.
It's only they're the ones Tisha's fault. No. It's Gina. It was Gina, guys.
I'm not gonna disrespect the name of Gina right now.
No, but she was foul for that. That's a foul.
Absolutely.
You know that's wrong.
But my thing is that like I can make a lot of bad suggestions to you, friend. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to
take
never
them.
try to hook me up with a married man.
No, I don't like to hook you up with no fucking body. I don't believe
because
in
you're not my
up.
pimp.
It's none of my business, and that's just that's kind of where I
yeah,
fall
you let
on
grown
it.
people
like,
handle grown people's business
for the most part, you know, like.
But I feel like for Will and Jada, ultimately, like, I don't want to judge them too harshly. I don't know that I could do a better job running their lives than they have. I've never been in that position before. I've never been in the limelight like that. It looks like they are both devoted parents who put a lot of energy into raising their children properly, which to me is a sign of a good person. Yeah. There's a lot of people out here who aren't doing that we don't hate.
And what I will say, having been in a relationship for a long, long time, one of the hardest things you can do is love somebody over fucking time. Like when they met, they were kids. You know what I'm saying? And the amount of transformation that fucking happens on a personal level as you become a parent, as you take on new projects through your, it's a constant evolution. And so it's not like it's an easy thing to do. And then like under public scrutiny, like having people analyzing everything. And then just the pressure of being like fucking Will and Jada. Like people act like there's some sort of like, that's my thing. I'm like, these are two fucking, they happen to be famous and people always make it seem like, oh, well, that's, when you're famous, you should know. It's like, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't make it easier. Yeah. It doesn't, it's not like because now I'm famous, now I'm suddenly equipped with all the tools to make this fucking happen. Like I'm still just a person who may or may not have had traumas, may or may not have had issues that have been unresolved. And then you're thrown into different scenarios. And, people make fucked up choices. So for me, I honestly don't feel a lot of like personal hate toward Jada because I'm just like, she's again,
some lady.
It takes me back to Joan is Awful. Like everything goes back to that for me fucking now. Like everything goes back to that. It's like now, as much as you hate Jada, let's put your fucking life up there on the screen.
Whole thing.
The whole shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like how you was a whole piece of shit to that guy who you was talking to. He liked you. He was nice to you and you know what you did to him and vice versa. And it's like, does that make you a piece of shit for forever? I mean, like,
because no one wanted to watch Brian is Awesome.
Nobody wanted to see that.
that show didn't test well, but everybody loved Joan is Awful.
And I think the worst thing is, and again, like, I only went so far into it. I mean, obviously, we read Will's book, so we did talk about it from his vantage point. But like the one thing that seemed the worst to me was the fact that her relationship with August seemed very predatory because it's one of your kids' friends and he was younger. It's just like the same. If it was turned around, it was Willow's friend and Will did that shit, it would be a whole nother conversation. So I just feel like that was kind of fucked up. That was like the worst part of it.
That does kind of happen though, because Morgan Freeman did that with his step granddaughter.
Yeah,
it's
does
gross.
happen.
Like
it's
I
really,
said,
really gross.
It's really gross. But no one hates him.
No, because again, he's a dude, and dudes are supposed to be gross and greasy and do shit like that. Women, especially a beautiful woman, heaven fucking forbid she be in a space where she was a whole piece of shit. It's like, oh my God, like she should die because you know what?
And that was
You
the
have
thing, too.
everything. How fucking dare you?
I think what she mostly messed up was like she didn't keep her hoes in check because your hoes aren't supposed to be out here running their mouths.
You can't deal with them young hoes like that.
Exactly. They get all in their feelings. And quite honestly, I understand the criticism. People are like, well, why are they putting all their business out there? But it's like they are famous. It sounds like they were trying to get their version of the story out there before August did because he was trying to sell an album. And quite honestly, if somebody's going to make money off of mess, I would rather be the one making money off of mess.
And I'm about to spend it first. Y'all not about to take the narrative away from me.
Yeah, I'm going to totally steal your thunder because you're trying to. But like I said, you should have been more discriminate because the world is filled with billions of people who aren't your children's friends that you can have a messy affair with.
Yeah, and just because you're Jada doesn't mean that you're exempt from making really shitty, terrible choices. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to burn this lady at the stake. Like, she could be mildly, I mean, it could be annoying. People could be, like, I'm tired of talking about it. Honestly, other people's interest in like buying and like the vitriol, like sort of reaction to it, it's like, do y'all understand there's a fucking war happening? There's babies, there's hospitals getting bombed. Like, y'all are so passionate about this shit right here. There's so many real things
though. She
happening.
did that. Jada in Israel.
You know what I mean?
It was
them two.
It was both of them.
Them two. You know what I'm saying?
So, here's the other thing. Because
like,
I also just like accuracy because they keep saying she's lying about the Tupac stuff. I think that's
what's the lie? So tell me, what it came out,
well,
girl? Because this is why we got to read the book and talk about it.
She said that, basically like he was in love with her and proposed to her, whatever.
Cool.
But they were, like I said, very young.
Yeah.
But like there is evidence he was in love with her. He wrote her a bunch of love poems, like in his own handwriting.
Cool.
Like he was very outspoken about how he felt about her.
We only give a fuck because it's Tupac. Like how many
Yeah,
of y'all
it's a
had
famous-
niggas writing y'all poems when y'all was 15? Like.
It was very puppy love-ish is what it gave.
Okay.
I don't think she was trying to say it was like this intense emotional
But
thing.
it was to her at that time though. Think about
Well, no,
the
she
first
said
time
she
you
wasn't
loved
really
somebody.
feeling it because that's why she turned him down. She said she wasn't in love with him. She said there was no chemistry there, but that she had love for him. That was like her homeboy.
Okay.
I'd say go back and watch the episode of Different World where Tupac shows up.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah, I remember. I was like,
That was classic.
Yeah,
That was classic. She had moved on.
Classic
you know?
sitcom. She was like, I'm trying to do better than that. And I'm like,
It was cute.
Yeah.
She was so adorable. I just, my thing is that I don't.
I know, you know what else is? I never thought she was that cute. I just thought she was. I mean,
She's
she's
like,
not ugly or anything, but it was
No.
not like how like when I look at Naomi Campbell and I'm just like, wow, what an incredible looking human being. But Jada's like, oh yeah, that's a beautiful woman.
She was just. It was like. She seemed like magical or something to me.
Oh, like a pixie?
Like yes, it was almost like because she was petite and like just small and like I don't know. It was just like she's so cute. I just remember seeing her thinking she was really
I
stunning.
mean, obviously, most people think we talked earlier. I'm an outlier.
Yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful lady. Nobody can take that away from her. But I definitely feel like people are going time is a bitch.
Time is a son of a bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so we're not reviewing that book right now. We'll have to double back on it. I just wanted to get your feelings
I mean,
about.
I wanted to reach out to Dion to see if he would be willing to maybe hate read the book with us.
Oh man,
because I think that
he
would be
hates
kind
her
of
guts
funny,
so
and
hard.
it would be a way to. Because I don't think there's been a book I've hated as much as the book he recommended.
So it's only fitting that he.
Yeah,
would hate.
like maybe
Okay.
this could take its place because I
could
can
be
only
cute.
assume just from how every time whenever she talks and it's not scripted dialogue that a professional writer has written, I usually find it like very cloying.
Really? I guess, you know
Yeah.
what? Here's the other thing, too, because mostly I'm usually minding my business. I don't see her that much. I don't tune into her show, really. I mean, I've seen the Red Table Talk sometimes.
She had, what's her name? Jordan, who was friends with the Kardashian or whatever. Like they were trying to ruin her reputation and she got her on Red Table Talk to get the story out or whatever. I thought that was an integrity move. That was nice.
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to say something nice about her. Because
Well,
like I
that's
said,
good.
we've been, it's a whole life. You're not just
That's
one
what I'm saying,
thing.
man. My thing is that I feel like I want grace. I don't want somebody summing up all who I am based on fucking 15-year-old me. But I mean, also not child molesting.
Uh-oh.
He was legal, wasn't he?
Who?
August.
Yeah, when they messed around, but not when they
It just
met. You
feels
know what I
gross.
mean? That's
Yeah,
like
that
that's
right
what's
there is
weird.
the grossest ew part for me. But the rest of it.
Because here's the other thing they were trying to say she was lying about. Oh, the Chris Rock stuff. Because they were trying to say their beef is because he had asked her out and she was like, no, me and Will are still together, whatever. Chris
Why would
said,
there be a beef?
I don't know. There wouldn't be. He said he was irritated with her because she told him not to host the Oscars. And he was like, I'm a grown-ass man. Because that was the thing I found
He
irritating,
told her?
too. There was like...
I mean, she told him not to?
It was the year Will didn't get nominated for Concussion, so they were boycotting the Oscars, so she wanted Chris to...
Oscars so white.
Yeah, that thing. And so Chris was hosting that year, I think, and she was like basically kind of insinuating like he shouldn't host it. And he was like, I'm a grown-ass man. You can't really tell me what jobs I should and shouldn't take. And there was... it sounds like there's been stuff back and forth. I mean... Even the joke wasn't that big a deal. The slap was a big deal. No one would remember the joke if there was no slap. And I would point out, he just compared one famous, beautiful actress to another famous, beautiful actress.
Who happened to be bald. It was
Yeah,
just like...
it was like, you know.
It was the most antiquated, non-funny joke. It was just like...
But then when you think, too, was like, okay, and then y'all weren't even together. So, like Chris said, that wasn't about him. That was... Yeah, that's y'all's messed up relationship.
But that's the thing, too, though. Like, that's the other part. Like, I feel like when you've been attached with somebody that long, though, because they do seem like if they're trying to go this hard to create the image that they've been together, I mean, clearly they care for each other deeply. Like, it might not be that romantic kind of love anymore, but it's like you don't just stop loving somebody. So if you know, I mean, and whether or not, because my husband's like, man, that shit was scripted. That was not fucking real, man. Like, he's to this day is
Neither
like,
one of them
absolutely
are
not
that good of actors, especially
I
not
was
Chris
like,
Rock.
listen, I honestly, I don't care about it. I don't care, like, whether it was scripted or not. I mean, so much is fake. I mean, if it is, it doesn't matter. If it wasn't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything in my life. I do feel like, you know, the way that things like that get handled are different for different demographics of people. And I think that's the most interesting thing that you notice when you see, okay, like if you had swapped those people out and they had been like Ricky Gervais or something getting smacked, or, you know what I mean? Like that.
I don't think they would have gave him the trophy.
No, there would have been different conversations around it. But I mean, honestly, I'm just unmoved. I really don't care about these people's personal lives. I think it's really weird and creepy how people get super fucking into other people's lives to the point where like
I hate them.
Yeah, I'm like, really?
No.
I mean, like I you know, like I don't love it, but also I'm not like losing
I'm just
sleep.
lightly irritated.
Like,
and then
chill.
also, Bill Burr. Can we talk about Bill Burr real
love
quick?
him.
I do too.
Yeah.
He's got a new movie on Netflix right now
Does
too. I started
he?
watching it today. I didn't finish it.
Like
It's
a
called
stand-up?
No, it's a movie. It's just a movie. It's called Old Dads.
Okay.
And it's about old dads.
Old dads. Okay. Old
Guys,
dads are fun.
you know, just about him becoming like a dad at 46 and also trying to
he's an
conquer
old
his
dad.
anger issues.
Bless it.
So
he really is
it's
trying.
pretty funny. But he also had a really funny like series on Roku channel called Immoral Compass. Did I make you watch that?
I think I watched like maybe the first episode of it.
It's pretty
but
wild.
That was pretty much it.
And but he has this one part of it when he's just like kind of talking to the camera, and he's like, you know, for all these people out here, you know, going out and canceling everybody, it's like, what have you done? Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like,
This is how I feel.
And then he does a little skit about it. It's very fun. I would recommend it because it's very short, very quick watch. But it's Bill Burr.
You're right. I need to get back on that. I tried it and
The very first one was
didn't
pretty
stick to it.
gross.
I don't remember it even now. I feel like
It was
because they're short. Like you
yeah,
said,
they're
really
just a
short.
series of shorts. But the overarching story is about this guy who's about to leave his girlfriend, and he's making these tapes for her son. Because he's like, you know, we always been cool. You know, I hate to dip out, but you know, like, yeah.
Damn, that's kind of.
And so he's just giving him some life lessons because he's like, you know, I know
He's
your
like, I
dad's
know your
not
dad's
in
a
your
whole piece
life,
of
but I
shit.
gotta move on and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so whenever he was talking about like, yeah, you know, he's like, you know, that guilt, when you feel guilt when you do something bad, that's a good thing. That means you're a good person. Don't let people like try to use that against you. Because it's like the people out here, the psychos, they don't feel anything.
Yeah, that's true. They really don't. Yeah, man, I have to agree with Mr. Burr when he says, you know, we just gotta, you know.
Yeah, work on you. I have a lot of things to work on. I could be way better about.
Yeah, like, I mean, so
I could
anywho.
start, you know, posting stuff on time.
But I don't hate Jada so much that I can't listen to her side of the story. If I'm gonna sit there and read Will's because his book was very self-congratulatory.
He never irritated me though.
But he can be, but the thing is
He's
like,
more
if he was your
charismatic.
husband and you were married to that man for all the time she was, he probably would. Like, that's just it. Familiarity breeds contempt,
It
period.
does.
And so, I don't want to just be able to listen to his side of the story and not listen to her. So I'm open to
That's
hearing her side of the
fair.
story. You know, that's kind of where I leave it. And listening to you grind about it also is entertaining to me. So, yes. That'll be fun. Well, anyway, moving past that, let's move on to the
Okay.
next thing. So you were telling me you had a lot going on this past weekend.
Oh,
Did you want to let
yes.
me know what?
Okay, so I went to a comedy show at Almost Famous in Mass Ave.
Okay.
It was very fun. I actually didn't even know who was performing. I just saw that Wonder Woman was hosting it. So I was like, oh, I'll have a good time. And it's Mass Ave. Mass Ave is always really, really fun.
It's a vibe.
So Asia Chardonnay was there.
She was one of
Yeah,
the
she was the
guests?
headliner. She was the headliner.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Shout
yeah,
out.
she closed it. Very funny. Thaddeus did a set. Very funny.
Okay.
There were some other comedians I got introduced to there. Had a great time. The place is super cute. Like, you'll
Really?
see the pictures when I do the thing. But, like, yes, it was very cute in there. The food, had this cheesy.
Let me turn this.
I'm sorry, I'll talk slower. Because I asked when I got there, I was like, I need something warm and cheesy. He was like, well, our spinach dip. And I was like, okay, bring it out. And of course, it was like in like a little iron skillet, so it stayed warm a really long time.
I love little
and then
iron
the top
skillets.
was really crispy, and then it was like these perfectly toasted little sliced baguettes that were toasted with butter, by the way. And then like when I got to the end, I left the crispy part of the cheesy dip on top for last and like put it on top. It was like a flatbread piece. It was so good. Jada was there. I was just sitting. You remember her from the live
Their
show?
live show, yeah.
Yes,
Very much so.
She
She
was
was very
there.
sweet.
Dyke was there. Oh, Dustin, he was there. He had a set. It was great. When she was like reading from this insane old book she had found in like a store, and it was amazing. It was basically just written from this. The point. It was called "I Survived 9/11," and she was like, it basically was just about a white woman who made 9/11 about her.
It's like it was the worst day of my
It was so
life.
funny, but I was telling Gwen I really want to have her on for the
Yeah,
secret
come
history
through.
of Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And what else did I do?
I love the comedy scene.
I do too. I love the
The
local
people are so
comedy scene
nice,
here. They are. They're
yeah.
so nice. They're so funny.
times.
I know whenever I go, I'm gonna have a good time. It was so funny too, because when Asia Chardonnay, when she was doing her set, because she was trying to be like, wait, because she was like talking about, she was looking around, she's like, wait, is this a gay bar? It's like, girl, this is Mass Ave. Of course,
Like all
this is
the bars are gay bars. Okay.
It's like, take a look around. It's pretty gay and it's pretty great.
Absolutely.
I also went on Defaced the Currency show with Fred. So he said that was gonna be out in a couple days. So look for that. We talked about eugenics, which is a cat fave.
Right, a little lighthearted chit chat
Just
on
a
a
little
on a
light
weekday
eugenics.
afternoon. You know what I'm saying? No big deal.
And and then what else? Oh,
What
and
else,
then
right?
I want to go to this will be in the future from that, but tomorrow I wanted to go to the Black Brew Fest at Newfields. You're going to Newfields tonight.
I am. It's the fall harvest. I mean, I pretty much think they just decorate the grounds and then like
Harvest Nights.
Harvest nights. So
Get the
fall
branding.
decor and stuff like
Harvest
that.
Nights.
Very nice. Got the orange couch
Pumpkins.
because of it.
Yes.
Orange shirt. You know, got the orange jacket.
Yes. It's giving pumpkin spice.
It is,
Oh, did you see
which I
Ice
don't
Spice
like.
on SNL?
I didn't.
She's cute.
She is adorable.
She's very cute. She was the musical guest, and Pete Davidson was the guest, or he was the guest host. He did a rendition of Ken's song from
the Barbie movie. I was gonna say, how do you feel about Pete?
I feel like he's. They pointed out in the thing like he gets publicity for everything but his comedy. You know.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like he's probably somebody really interesting to talk to. He seems like he's really down to earth. He must have some sort of game. Like he must have
He was talking about the BDE.
well, it's got to be that. Like it's either you have a gigantic penis and decent sex, or you
energy.
a really good talker. But I'm sorry though, like you have to be good at talking to women, or at least.
I think he's good at being
Making them-
aloof because he's bipolar.
Right, so he's not even trying.
Right. So sometimes it's just sort of this, he's so detached and nonchalant. Like I think with some guys, they get a lot of attention from women because you just innately feel this guy isn't gonna murder me just because he just doesn't have the aggression or the energy to.
Wow.
Yeah.
The fact that that goes to not murdering you is so fucking crazy to me. Like, what?
I do have to like gauge, is like, how
Murder
likely is this
energy.
guy to murder me?
Murder energy. I guess, okay. In another way, I think
Okay.
I'm looking at it would be just like, there is something intriguing about somebody who's not like all in your face. And that goes across the board either. You know what I mean? Because then it makes you more curious about them. And especially maybe being like a Kim Kardashian or a Ariana Grande, where you know, people are always in your face. You're used to people sort of, going after you. So if this person has a decent conversation, maybe makes you laugh conversationally.
He does seem fun.
Yeah, he seems like he would probably be fun, but it's just like, it's also giving like corpse. You know what I mean? Like
He did
doesn't
mention
have
he
high-
might look like a meth addict.
a little
The
bit.
song covers it all, guys.
Okay, so I need to go back and watch that.
It's on
good.
YouTube.
It's good to be self-aware, Pete. I
It
ain't nothing
is.
wrong with it. I mean, the girls seem to love it, so I ain't mad at you.
Yeah,
Do
and
your
I
thing.
think as he's getting older, he's like filling out more. Now that he's not as skinny.
Okay, all
You
right.
know, I think as long as he doesn't dye his hair blonde again.
That was not well, you do what you like, Pete. But
Yeah, but I was glad SNL was back. That was fun.
I know I haven't had a chance to see any of that. And then Ice Spice, I mean, she got new music out, or she just was doing her greatest hits?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, you didn't see her musical performance on SNL? Or you
I
just
wasn't
knew?
paying hard attention, and I wouldn't know what was new or old. Quite honestly, like
gotcha.
she's for the children.
She's adorable though.
Yeah,
We can
yeah,
give her
she's
that.
fun. I know she's got a Dunkin' Donuts commercial that was really cute.
Oh, okay, cute. Good for
Yeah.
you, girl. Get them sponsors. Get your bag, honey. I understand it.
that was nice.
Leverage it. Yeah, she is giving pumpkin spice with her hair at this point.
She's like spicy.
So that's pretty clever branding for you, love. That's what's up.
And then what else? Because I was watching a lot of stuff. I was doing a lot of TV watching this week. I was like, because I didn't feel good, and so I was resting
You're
up.
on the mend.
So I got to finish Foundation. I freaking love that show. I still haven't. I guess like he's the only person who I know.
Dyke, please talk to this woman about this show, because I have
so
no
I
idea
can
what's
shut
going
up
on.
about it.
Yeah, it bother me, girl. You can talk about it. You're just gonna be unfulfilled because I'm not gonna care. You know what I'm saying? But you can know about it.
And it's just a timeless classic about power struggles.
Power struggles can be interesting. I'll give you that.
Oh, one thing, another really interesting that came up during the conversation I was having with Fred was we were talking about relativity. And
Is this about to go into eugenics?
No.
Okay, good.
No. This is astrophysics.
Oh.
And it's just the
Yes,
idea
of course.
about the faster you move through space, the slower you move through time.
Ooh,
Like just
I feel
how
like I've heard that
trippy.
before.
It was in one of my
I don't
little
even know if I can
things.
understand that 100%.
You said that in the comment. I posted it.
I don't know what that means exactly. It's like, wait, what?
Well, it's just about time dilation.
I
so
know,
basically, like,
but I don't understand.
Like, if we spent time on different planets, like the planet that's going faster, you're gonna age slower. So if we meet up, back up on a planet, you will have not have aged as much as I have.
So this is like Infinity Wars when the snap happened?
That's different because everyone was just snapped out of existence. Like they didn't go somewhere; they just didn't exist anymore.
But then when they came back, though, like I was just watching Hawkeye, and she went to the bathroom, the snap happened, and she came out, and it was like 5 years later.
Right, but that's different than time dilation.
Okay.
That's like a
See, I get my time traveling
Sorry,
confused.
that wasn't because they didn't actually go like because it has to.
They
do
weren't
with-
moving.
Yeah.
They were standing still, and a blip happened. So that's different than you moving.
Well, because they didn't
space.
get blipped anywhere else, they were blipped out of existence.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be another place to experience time
I got
because
you.
they
'Cause it
weren't
doesn't-
experiencing anything.
Okay. All right.
So,
Wow. So why did that come up? You said about relativity, though. but
because
in
it's
relation-
on my online profile. He had looked at my portfolio.
Oh.
So
oh,
like
did
one
his
of the
homework.
digital paintings has that formula on it.
Gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. As one has
As one
casually
has casually
laying around.
It's fascinating. Well,
It
we were
is
just
quite
talking about
fascinating.
how school makes these things seem boring, even though they're very, very interesting.
It's like, is that an art form?
Almost.
So-
Well, I was pointing out, like, the Ku Klux Klan set up our school system here in the state we live in. Like, pretty much the entire school board were card-carrying members of the Ku Klux Klan. And as he pointed out, those might not have been the best people to come up with the curriculum. You know?
So not only is time moving really slow right now, I feel like I just got really old, but that was really sad.
Yeah, it is. That's why we should really kind of re-examine things. Just because, like, people are like, no, I'm conservative. It's like, what are you trying to conserve exactly? Because it's a lot of it's not worth keeping. Yeah. And
So wait, I'm being forced to think about time dilation,
Oh, sorry.
aging fast and slow. And then the fact that we live in a state where the education system that, you know, my kids are actually, well, no, they're not at that one. But basically the schools here
well, no,
were,
like everybody has to, you know, school board
Not a pro-
standards. Like even the private ones, like because you still have to take like standardized testing.
this
and
is
stuff.
terrible. This is terrible news.
It's pretty.
It was
It's
such a beautiful
bummer.
day until
It's a bummer. Yeah.
the Ku Klux Klan
We've
came
been doing
in and-
school the same way for like the past 100 years. We try to like
no, there's so
rearrange
many
it.
things that I agree
Because like
with
we
you.
know, like there's just so many, especially now that we know the different ways that children learn. Like we shouldn't be doing school the same for everybody.
No, we
For
should.
sure.
But people don't care about that though.
They don't. Like I don't think
care.
well, as we can see in like Florida, a lot of places don't want to educate. Like that's
Yeah.
not the goal.
No, it's like, you know
Like
what,
having
we're
an
just
informed
gonna
populace will vote you out.
dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
Okay, that's exactly what happened. My God.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to check out, maybe we could review at some point.
Okay.
Nancy Pelosi's daughter just did a documentary on HBO Max called The Insurrectionist Next Door, where she interviewed people who were found guilty of the
It was her
January
neighbors.
6th
It was her neighbors.
attack. Well, because she was saying like these are our neighbors. Like the people who did this stuff. Like she's like, we need to understand these people. These people are going to be voting in the next election. Like
More
she and
sadness.
I was like, you know, I really admire that because that's not something I could do. Like
Yes, you
seriously, no. Like seriously, sit down and listen to these people and like really with an open mind and like listen.
Oh yeah, you're right. No.
Thank you. I'm like, who are you? It's like, you're being so generous right now. Absolutely not. Like, no. But that's not my gift. I'm good at other stuff.
Right.
But-
Well, somebody has to be willing
Right.
to open up the combo and have it. So
Yeah, and getting these ideas.
So you're not fascinated to find out why they think the way they think?
Well, I do want to watch the documentary.
Right, but you don't wanna be the one to
I
talk
don't
to
want to
them.
be the one to sit down and get hundreds of hours of talking with them. No,
Okay,
no,
fair.
I don't.
Fair.
So,
Okay. Well, that's an interesting conversation. And also, too, I mean, just like you say, to be willing to put in the time to have those conversations. I bet that is interesting.
yeah.
Anything else you're watching that's fun and good that I need to check out? Because, you know, I need some new shows. I feel like I need some.
Okay, so
Some
this
content.
is just, I love sitcoms. Oh, okay, so two things. Young Sheldon, I love
You
Young
have
Sheldon.
been describing the love that you feel for that.
That
okay.
show just, it like calms me down. I don't even
It's
know
like
how
I
to
think
describe
he's
it.
he's your like spirit animal.
Well, we're not supposed to say spirit animal anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's appropriating Native
Darkness,
American
my
heritage.
friend.
So
Just blip me now. Like,
yeah,
I just-
and you're canceled. Hi guys, it's Kat. I'm back by myself. Moni was canceled. Like, wah, wah. No, but yes, if I could use that term, like maybe he's on my totem. I don't know.
Okay.
But
We can just leave them out of it.
But
we
just
can just say it resonates in your soul.
It felt really good to hear him say things that I felt as a child.
Okay.
Like I never really heard those things said by,
Hmm.
you know, really anyone on television. Things that it's like, oh, I feel that way about this little boy in Texas. Look at that.
All right. So
And also Rick and Morty came back this week.
something new, friend. I don't want you to keep telling me these.
It's
No.
it's a new season. I'm just letting everybody know it's a new season. And they had to replace Rick and Morty's voices because Justin
That
Roiland.
guy was
Yeah, he has
Some charges.
Got some charges, man.
in charges.
Well, they dropped him, but it was still just
It's like, yeah, we're not picking that back up.
Yeah, not so much. So they had to replace a lot of what he did. He did Mr. Poopy Butthole's voice. They had to replace him, and they had to replace Rick,
hate
and they had to
that name.
replace Morty. It was just okay. I watched it.
It's not as good because old boy's not on there.
The voices acting was great.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't that. It was just the story wasn't funny. It was clever and it was interesting to watch. I was entertained, but I wasn't like laughing.
And that's what you like about it. You want the laughter. Okay.
But I'm gonna go back because a lot of times I have missed stuff.
Okay.
But it's seventh season.
It might be time to just give it up. Like maybe we don't need to do this anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe it's just time.
That might be enough.
That's okay.
Oh, but something that Moni would like. Did you finish the Roald Dahl series on Netflix? That was nice.
I guess I didn't. I mean, and you said that on the show. I guess I didn't realize that they were all on there.
Those are
No.
cute. What else came out? Started watching Love is Blind.
Ooh, that
If
could
you
be
like a
fun.
trashy dating show.
Not usually what I'm watching, but I can get into it. That sounds like fun.
It's fun to watch. You're watching at the shop. So
Okay.
it's fun to watch and cut them up. They're all
Okay.
crying so much.
Maybe I don't want to see that. Ugh.
I just need someone to love me for me.
No, I could totally hate watch that though.
That was
Like,
really
this is
fun.
gross. No.
What really Foundation? I've been going hard on Foundation because once I got to the end and realized what was happening, I had to go back and rewatch it, knowing what I know now.
oh, okay,
and they're
now
like,
I know.
they did. The Prime Radiant. So yeah, it was great.
All right, y'all. And what should I be watching? Throw, if y'all got some suggestions for us too, things you'd like us to watch or hate watch. Definitely let us know.
Because it's time to get under the covers and
Man,
watch
it's that
TV.
time. It's that
'cause,
time.
Yeah, I said we're wrapping up the social season, I think.
Should be saying that, but
I
then
know. I usually go through my phone
Stuff keep
to
happening.
remember what I did during the week, but I don't know. I feel like I did enough.
you lived it and you made it here today, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I definitely made it too late, but I'm here nonetheless. And you know what?
I've been late before.
Yeah, but that was pretty spectacular. An hour, that's super disrespectful.
I took
and
a
I'm
little
bit
nap.
ashamed.
This coach.
This
This
coach?
coach.
It's quite comfy.
It's comfortable.
What kind of an accent is that, friend?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Well, listen, let's just take a quick break real quick and then we'll
think
come
so.
back and then we can spin the wheel.
Spin it.
All right, guys. So welcome back from the break. Wow, friend. Wow. This was a fake ass episode,
It
friend.
was.
But it was nice though. It was kind of nice to shoot
was.
the shit a little bit.
We did.
You
We got
know.
the whole Jada thing out there. Oh, I never defined misogyny.
You should do that now.
Okay, I'm actually gonna look up the official one. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, because it's not just.
And then you guys can
I
tell
don't
us what it
think
means
it's.
to
I think
you.
a lot of times people think it's just woman beating or whatever, or
Woman hating.
Yeah, it's a little more
hate
complicated. It goes back further than racism, if you can believe it.
I can.
Misogyny. I think disgraced comedian Louis C.K. pointed that out. He was like, well, we'll be able to get past racism one day because racism is some bullshit. But he was like, the animosity between men and women, that's going to be harder because that shit is real. Okay, we're going to use the Wikipedia version. Misogyny is the hatred of, contempt for, or prejudice against women or girls. It's a form of sexism that's used to keep women at a lower social status than men, thus maintaining the social roles of patriarchy. Misogyny has been widely practiced thousands of years. It is reflected in art, literature, human and societal structure, historical events, mythology, philosophy, and religion worldwide. An example of misogyny is violence against women, which includes domestic violence and in its most extreme forms, misogyny, terrorism, femicide, and sexual harassment, socially excluding women from full citizenship, and in some cases, misogyny rewards women for accepting an inferior status. So I think it's really hard to describe to people like, hey, you're in water. It's like the parable of like the fish is like, oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about water? It's like, yeah, you're in water. It's like, this is just my environment.
This is life.
Yeah, this is just how stuff is. So, yeah, I think it's worth looking into. Very much like we try to encourage our paler brothers and sisters to look into critical race theory, maybe learn about this place you've grown up in. Maybe just possibly there might be something you don't know about how women have been marginalized if you aren't one.
That is so true. And just being willing to hear this, like hear that and like leaving space open to have the conversation around it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what everybody wants is just the space to have their lived experience validated and not like instantly like, no.
I hate her for legitimate reasons.
Right. It's like, it's nothing to do with the slip betwixt her legs. Nothing to do at all.
Or her dark skin. Because I think it is,
Right.
I think it is a combination with Jada too, where it's because because I don't even think she's doing anything a lot of maybe white women haven't done. It's just they're not gonna let her get away with that shit.
It's like, not that
So
one.
it's like, yeah. But at the same time, it's like it's still irritating.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a hard thing to be like. It's the same thing when like a lot of times I feel like black men are being unfairly kind of railroaded. It's not necessarily like they didn't do anything. It's just like you're going after him super hard.
Right. Why are you going this?
There's a lot of people you need to come for before you
Yeah.
come for him.
Right.
So it just to me seems like this might be peppered with racism.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if like Britney gets some of that same blow black. I have to say something weird every single time, but some of that same sort of blowback from her, because I think she's got some stuff in there about Justin Timberlake and the abortion she may or may not have had. And that doesn't necessarily shine him in a great light. So, but what are we doing there? I wonder if it'll be met with that same energy. So only time shall tell. I can't wait to see.
I actually would like to read Britney's book.
See, look at you. Ready to read the white lady's book. I want to hear Jada's story. Wow.
I am. Once again, I don't.
And she's not annoying.
It feels
it's like,
strange
she was
to say
abused.
it. No, it's not just that, but it is that a little bit because Britney hasn't had as much. You could really, because Britney didn't have good parent privilege, whereas I think Jada did.
Wasn't her mom on crack?
Who?
Jada's mom.
She got it together, obviously.
Bitch, like, okay, but her mama was on
But
crack.
her mama never
It's
tried
like,
to
now that she's
give
better
her
now.
conservativeship, though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're comparing people's
like,
trauma.
who knows?
Okay.
Who knows what Britney's parents were doing?
Just say you were more
They
interested
were
in
probably
her
just popping
story.
pills.
Just making up stuff.
I don't
That's
know.
cool. That's cool.
I don't
I'd rather
know.
hear Britney's story. I'm just saying.
I don't know why Britney isn't.
I do.
as
I want to hear it too.
irritating.
I mean,
She just seems sweeter. Is that a thing? Like, she just seems like she's a little bit, maybe
really.
like simple. You know what I mean? Is that I
That
don't
you
mean
said
that in
baby
a bad
was simple.
way.
It
She
sounds
just,
bad. Right. Okay.
in some ways, I feel like Jada should know better. Like, because I don't think she's simple. You know what I mean? Like, I think she is capable of like sort of the complexity of the situation she's in, and
Or maybe she's just held to a different standard.
maybe.
We internalize that stuff too. We don't know.
But that's true.
We'll see.
That's very true.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
we
trying
don't know.
to be
That's why you have
cautious
to
about like maybe
unpack it
just
all.
Grabbing my pitchfork and maybe
Yeah.
doing the whole train wreck thing. You know what I mean? Like
We
maybe
read
I
that
just want
book.
to pull the brakes on that train a little bit and be like, hey, what
Yeah, I'm not
are
gonna
we
hit her with
really
it.
doing here? What are we
Like,
saying here?
hey.
And then I don't want to contribute to misogyny because I have in the past and I don't do that anymore.
Not today. Well, anyway, you guys, let's just spin this effing wheel. Spin it.
Yay!
Okay, friend, it's the book pick that you wanted, okay? We're not going to read Jada, but we are going to read Kerry Washington's memoir, Thicker Than Water, which I am excited to read, though.
too.
Are you
And
a
I
Kerry
really-
Washington fan?
I'm a big Kerry Washington
Are you?
fan. I tend to really respect like the work she
People
chooses to do.
hate this lady.
Really?
I think you either really like her or you don't, too. I think she's kind of polarizing as
The
well.
only thing I didn't like was Scandal. I didn't really like that.
And it
role.
always seems like something really like
But
superficial
then
when
I
people say
just
they don't
didn't
like this
watch
lady.
it. That was the thing. Like it was optional.
She seems perfectly nice. She's like very
She
beautiful. She
does.
seems nice, but
And
people
she's
like
got a
hate
really
her
long
face and like
career.
hate her.
She's got those beautiful lips. And she's a
I don't
good
know what the problem
actress. I
is.
remember her. I loved in her part in Django when she was Broomhilda. Oh, I thought she deserved an Oscar
She's
for that.
super talented. I'm excited to hear her story. She, you know, I think we kind of touched on her a little bit when we were saying about her DNA results coming back.
Oh yeah,
Through that PBS show. So there's gonna be a lot to get into. So that should be really fun. So hopefully you guys tune back in next week to hear all of those things. And I'm trying to think, is there anything coming up that we need
There's
to
always stuff. I always feel
know,
like when we leave
y'all.
here, there's all the stuff I forgot to say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Sorry,
you don't have to
y'all.
apologize. Look at you internalizing misogyny. You don't have to apologize. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
just
okay,
a
friends.
feeble-minded woman.
That's all you ever will be to.
It's like,
So-
oh, my period.
Oh my God.
Oh, my brain juice is going out my vagina.
Hysteria. Someone get her a vibrator.
It's
Chill
not a
her
bad
out.
idea, though.
Listen, that was really a treatment back in the day.
I know.
Maybe I'll share that little fun fact for Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah.
Or maybe there you have it. Look it up yourself.
The original Hitachi wine.
Boom. Da-da-da. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll leave you with that. Vibrators. And wait, our new sign off.
Do we have a new
Pound Town. Kat basically just said that at the end of our interview with the Harder Brunch. So that's our new sign off, you guys. You're
No,
welcome.
it's
Shout out
not.
Sexy Red.
It's your body belongs to you. And if you want to go to Pound Town, go to Pound Town.
Do that. Definitely do that. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.